Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Hi and welcome back to Luck's Garage. I'm Jason and this is Luck's Garage. Thanks for coming back and seeing me. I got some more boxes of arrows down from the garage. We'll go through some of those today. And my mom and dad also found me an awesome arrow and we'll go through it in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get started on those arrows. We'll go ahead and get started here with our first arrow. This is the Kool Kombi Super Treasure Hunt from 2015. You can see the flame logo there behind it. But if you look at the front wheel on this one, it hit the wheel well when it was putting it up together. You can see the rubber tire, the white wall there, kind of molded around the wheel well. That's a pretty cool arrow there, the way it pushes it down. Next here we've got the Kool Kombi. This is the main line of the Super that we just saw. And if you look there, it's got all small wheels on it. It's supposed to have a large wheel in the back. So that's a pretty cool arrow there. Next here we've got another one of the mainline Kool Kombis, and you can see whenever the back tire hit the wheel well back in the back, it pushed it up and out and down. And these were pretty common when these first come out. It's a pretty cool arrow there. And then I put all three of them here together so you can see them. So your top one there, it hit the wheel well and it's pushed down here. Then you got all small wheels. Then you got a big wheel in the back like it's supposed to be here, but then this one hit the wheel well and pushed the wheel down. So that's pretty cool arrows on the Kool Kombi. Next here we got a 2008 new model. This is the 65 Volkswagen Fastback. And if you look there, the whole body's been put on crooked when they put it together. You can kind of see there the whole side of it. I guess it hit and it just rocked it sideways. So that's a pretty cool arrow there. Next here you've got a 2007 All-Stars. This is the go-kart, and if you'll look there, the front tires are completely missing on these. That's a pretty cool arrow there. I collect the go-kart and I have them all loose. Next here's a 2008 All-Stars of the go-kart, and it's just not in the package correctly and it'll roll back and forth in there, and that's pretty cool. I'm gonna bring this 2007 back up. So you got a 2007 and a 2008 All-Stars, and a 2007's missing the front wheel, and this bottom one's just loose in the package. But those are pretty cool arrows there on the go-kart. Next here you got one of my favorite castings. This is the Hot Ones. This is the Hot Bird, and if you'll look there, it's got all large wheels. It's supposed to have a small wheel in the front, and it's got all large wheels, and that's a really cool arrow there on that one. Next here we got the Hot Wheels Classics of the Hot Bird, and if you'll look there on the front tire, it's missing the white lettering that it has like it has around the rear tire, and it's supposed to have the BF Goodrich lettering around it, and that's a pretty cool arrow there. Next here we've got another Hot Wheels Classic of the Hot Bird, and the arrow is not that it has all large wheels because it actually come out like that, but it has no Goodyear written around the back tire on this one. And the last one had, let me get it, the last one here had the white lettering on the back, and this one has the white lettering on the front and it's missing it on the rear. So pretty cool little set of arrows, but this one actually come out with all large wheels on it. Pretty cool looking arrows there. Next here we got another Hot Bird. This is from the Race World Volcano from 2010. And if you'll look there on the front wheel, it's actually missing the chrome. It's supposed to have like it on the rear wheel. It's just blacked out. So that's a really cool arrow on that one. Next here we got another Hot Bird from the mainline series. I believe it's come out in 2007. But if you'll look there on the rear wheel, it's all small wheels. It's supposed to have a large rear wheel, but it's all small. And that's a really cool arrow there. Kind of looks wild with that small wheel in the back. Next here you've got a 69 Pontiac Firebird from the Redline series. If you look there, it's got all small wheels on it. That back wheel is supposed to be larger, and it's got same size wheels on the front and the back. That's a really cool arrow there. Next here you got another one of my favorite castings of all time. This is the Dixie Challenger. This is the Rebel Rides from 09, and this is an awesome arrow because the whole base has been put on backwards. And you can see right there, there's the bumper in the front. Got the large wheel up front. You got small wheel in the rear. Then you've got your headlights in the back there. You can even see the exhaust pipes there that's right next to the rear of the car. And that's a really cool arrow. The reverse base. That's awesome. Next here you got another one of my favorite castings. This is the Roger Dodger. This was from the Super Chrome series. And if you'll look there, the whole motor's missing on this one. And that's really cool area there. That's pretty wild looking. Next here you've got a 2006 first edition. This is the 70 Plymouth Superbird. And if you look there, it's got all large wheel. The front wheel's supposed to have a small wheel. And it's got all large wheel. Won't even fit inside the fender well there. And that's pretty cool area there. Next here we got a 2006 first edition of the 70 Dodge Challenger Hemi. And if you look there, when they put it together, evidently it hit the body somehow and twisted. And then they riveted it. And the whole body's twisted around on the... And that's pretty wild area there. Next here you got a 2008 new model of the Dodge Challenger SRT. And if you'll look there, the whole base is crooked on it like the last one. And that's pretty wild there. The way it hit, looks like they put it together there. You see the bottom there? That's crazy. Let me pull that last one back so we can kind of see. So you got your old and new Challenger there with the same arrows on it. And that's pretty cool there. I think it's cool anyway. That's awesome. Next here we've got a 69 Camaro from the Web Trading Cards from 2008. And then if you'll look there, the whole front end got hit and it pushed it back whenever it riveted. And it pushed the back end back. And you can see the whole thing is way up in the front and pushed back. And those are just the kind of errors I like to try to find. It's just crazy looking in the package there. Just whenever they put it together, those machines don't even care where it's at. They'll just put it in there. So that's pretty wild looking area there. Next here we got the Camaro convertible concept. This is a Hot Wheel Performance from 2010. And if you look there, the whole front windshield didn't get molded all the way. It's only got a little over half of it. And that's pretty wild area there. Something you don't see a whole lot. That's pretty cool. Next here we've got an Olds 442 from the Muscle Mania 2011 series. And if you'll see there, the front wheels are completely missing on this one. And that's a pretty cool area there. We got another Olds 442 here. This is from the Hot Wheel Performance from 2012. And if you look there, it's got all large wheels on this one. And that's pretty wild looking. You can see kind of way they push in there. Both front wheels are all large. And they hardly will fit up in the fender well, pushing the body down. And that's pretty cool. And if you look at the Hearst symbol there, the H from the beginning and the red stripe is down instead of being in line with the black one. Nothing major there, but those all large wheels is really cool there on that one. That's a really nice looking area there. Hearst. Next here we've got a 69 Ford Torino Talladega Treasure Hunt from 2010. If you kind of look at the way the wheels are pushed back into the fender wells, the whole base has been put on backwards on this one. And that's pretty wild looking. You see there's the front headlights there on the back of the car, and then you can kind of see the exhaust and the tail lights there on the front of the car. And then the way that the wheels are pushed way back into fender wells, that's just a cool area all the way around there for a treasure hunt too. And that was a good looking paint job on that car back in the day. Next here we got another 69 Ford Torino Talladega. This is from the Hot Wheels Workshop series. And if you'll look there, this base has been put on backwards too. You can see the wheels are pushed way back in the fender well. Got your headlights back there in your back end of your car. And then you got your tail lights and exhaust there on the front of your car. So that's wild the way these rivets would line up. And you don't put the whole base backwards. So you got, there's the treasure hunt there with the base backwards, and you've got the workshop with the base backwards. So that's really cool to have same air on two different ears on the same car. That's really cool. Next here we got a 2007 All-Star Series. This is the 64 Buick Riviera. And if you'll look there, the whole base has been put on backwards on this one also. So right there you got your exhaust there on the front of your car. And there you got your big bumper there that's supposed to go in the front of the car in the back. So that's just a wild area all the way around there. And it's pretty cool the way that it got riveted right in the right spot. But the whole thing's been put all the way. It's kind of crazy. Love those areas. Next here we've got the Hot Wheels Flame series of the 52 Hudson Hornet. And if you look there on the side of the car, it's missing all the tampos down the side. And that's a really cool era there. That's pretty wild looking, missing all the tampos. It's got that golden red. It's a good looking car. That's a cool era. Next here we've got a 55 Chevy Bel Air. This is from the Hot Auction series of 2010. And if you look down the side there, it's missing all the tampos. It's got your headlights there. It's got your tail lights. But it's missing the side molding tampo and the little scallops on this one. So that's a cool era there. Next here we've got the Hot Wheels Workshop. This is the 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. This was the mainline version of the Super Treasure Hunt. And if you look down the side there, the blue started off strong, but then it's really light there in the back. You can kind of see the Zamac metal underneath where it didn't get covered well. And that's a really cool, just a real light spray there, or run out of paint, one of the two. Started pretty strong in the front, and then you can kind of see it faded out there in the back. That's a pretty cool era there. Next here you got another 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. This was the Zamac version. And if you look there on the back window, you can see that the body doesn't come all the way together. So it was like a short shot on the Zamacs there it's missing. And if you look here on the back, underneath the back here, you can see that the back bumper didn't get chromed. It's just like a plastic. But that's pretty wild double era. Missing the back post here, and it's missing the chrome here. Really cool era there on that one. Next here we've got a Customs Willie Coupe. This is from the Hot Wheel Performance in 2009. And it really looks like a gasser there because the front part that went through the grill, you can kind of see that it hit the bottom of the car instead of going in the grill's position. And it pushed the whole car up. And then the engine that usually is exposed there is actually down in the body almost flush. So you can kind of see the way it looks like a gasser there. That's pretty wild looking era. I really like that one. It's a good looking car. Next here we got a Hot Wheels City series of the Custom 62 Chevy pickup. And if you look in there, the whole window's been put around backwards. You can see kind of the front window frame there sticking out the front. Then in the back you can kind of see the way it goes into the bed, the front windshield, and the two plastic hooks there in the back. So that's a really cool era there. Putting that together with it around back like that's pretty wild. It's really cool. Next here we got a bone shaker. This is from the Hot Wheels Hot Rods from 2010. If you look there, the whole motor's missing, interior and all, and the back end. So that's pretty wild looking there, missing all that. Really cool. Some of you just don't see a whole lot of. Pretty neat. Next here you got a blue card of the Nissan Hardbody, number 131. You look there, it's got the brown back. This one come out in 1990, so probably 91 whenever this was on the shelf. And this was from Toys R Us, 79 cents. But if you look there in the back bed, the whole engine that's supposed to be clipped in the bed is just rattling around in the package. So that's a pretty cool era there. Next here we got our Bronco four-wheeler. This is a black wall. And this one come out, it says 1981, so probably 1982. Now this one is a foreign card. As you can tell right here by the writing on it, it'll be like in English and in all the other languages. That's a real cool piece. It's got the black camper on this one. That's a tough piece to find to begin with. And then the front end on there, whenever they put it together, didn't rivet correctly and went down and bent down in the front. So that's a pretty cool era. Next here we've got a Baja Breaker on an unpunched card. And this one says it come out in 1982, so probably 1983. And if you'll look there on the back wheel, it didn't get any of the chrome put on it. And that's a cool era there too. Back in the day, probably a lot of this stuff got out, but that's really cool era. Next here we got a newer Baja Breaker. This one come from the Heat Fleet series in 2009. And if you look there, whenever they put this thing together, the whole thing got shifted over. And then they riveted it somehow through the front there, but you can see the whole body didn't get put on correctly. And that's a wild era all the way around there. That's the kind of areas I really like to find. It's kind of cool. And last here we've got a 97 first edition of the Excavator. And if you look in there, the whole boom and the bucket there is all apart in the package. So that's a pretty cool era there. And last here we've got the era that Mom and Dad found this weekend. This is the Fast and the Furious tuned 94 Toyota Supra. And if you look there on the side, it's missing all the tampos. They actually picked up one normal one so they could see the difference there. This is really cool era there, missing the tampos. It's got the headlights on it, but it's missing all the side tampos. So that's a really cool era they picked up for me there. And that's all the eras we're going to go over for today. If you like what you're seeing, please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I'd appreciate it. If there's anything else you want to know more about or see more of, just put it in the comments and we'll try to get it in one of the next ones. Also going to start doing my first YouTube live. It's going to be Tuesday, February 11th at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we're just basically going to hang out for an hour or so. We'll talk diecast, Hot Wheels, collectibles, whatever y'all want to talk about. We'll get to know y'all a little better. Y'all get to know me a little better and all that. If that's something that you're into, make sure you put your notification bells on so you'll know whenever I go live. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I appreciate you coming back and seeing me, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you. I got a few. More colors from the shop. More errors. And this is Lux Rock. At last. I gotta move a bunch of this stuff around. I got some more to add in here. Good blah 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 blah. Unbelievable. Wow. Fuel your destiny. Bang. It says the symbol is of vehicles made to let you know that it's hard to find, highly collectible, impossible to find. Blah 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 blah. You gotta get it, goo, gotta get it, ooh, gotta get it, goo. Tuesday, February 11th, 8 Central Standard Time. Central Standard Time. Man, I mess that up every time. Hope everybody's having a good time out there in the diecast community.
Don't worry, folks. After all, it's only a cartoon.